Welcome to the Coaching Table. I'm Thomas Thompson, leadership coach with Lead Self, Lead Others. And the Coaching Table is a weekly experience I've created to help leaders like you have the conversations that you're not having so you can lead yourself to live well and to finish well. And today's conversation centers around the word purpose. When we have new clients that are applying to coach with us, one of the questions we ask them is this: are you clear on your unique purpose? And often the response is no. What about you? Are you clear on your unique purpose, what you're doing and why you're here? You see, leading yourself well involves leading yourself towards your unique purpose in life. Now, for years, I had the idea that my purpose was connected to God, of course, but that God was somewhere out in the future and He was calling me out there towards something. And so my goal was to figure out where He was and then just head straight towards Him. But I want to share with you a verse that's really reshaped my thinking on that. It's found in Isaiah chapter 30. Now, in Isaiah 30, God is promising His people, if you will return to me, I will guide you towards your unique purpose. And listen to verse 21. Whether you turn to the right or the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Now, did you catch that? Where is God's voice? It's behind us. What if, before the earth was even formed, God was already thinking about you, imagining how He was going to divinely design you, deciding where and when you would live, placing you exactly where He wanted on the board as part of His master game plan? As my friend Lonnie says, what if God is behind us, cheering us on, saying, you go first? God told Jeremiah, before you were in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. That's unique purpose. Now, could it be that the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life, God has been guiding you, God has been investing in you? And we're talking about some of the highlights of your life and some of the heartbreaks of your life, and that none of it was wasted. All of it was a part of God behind you, propelling you towards your unique purpose. Now, where I see a lot of clients get paralyzed when they think about purposes, they're like I was. They're looking ahead for some signal from God. But what I've been trying to do is to get them to change their paradigm and begin to listen to the voice behind them. To hear in this voice how God has wonderfully and beautifully, uniquely wired them. To hear this voice and how God has guided them over their life. And to begin to step out in faith to the right or to the left. You know, a sailboat never heads straight towards its destination. What it does is it tacks. This means that it may go to the right, and then when the wind directs it, tacks to the left. It changes course, and it zigzags until it finally reaches its destination, narrowing towards its purpose. Now, God says here, whether you go to the right or whether you go to the left, I will speak. It's almost as if we give God our inertia. We start moving towards where we think He's pushing us to go, where the wind is blowing to the right or to the left, and then His voice guides us as we move. Now, a few years ago, I was trying to unpack my purpose, my unique purpose in my life, and I tacked right and I started to explore something. I thought, well, maybe I could explore for a year teaching in a seminary, and I stepped into some momentum. And as I did that, I discovered the wind of God really wasn't taking me there. And so I tacked. His voice turned me to change course. And I tacked left and began to narrow towards what I'm doing today. But for me to be redirected, I had to be moving towards my unique purpose. I had to step out in faith towards something and see if that's where He was pushing me. So here's your coaching table question for this week. How is God's voice tacking you towards your unique purpose? How is God's voice tacking you towards your unique purpose? I want you to take that question with you throughout this week. Bring it to your dinner table. Bring it into your own prayer time or your own personal development time. Bring it to your own leadership coach and have a conversation about this. How am I stepping out towards where I think God is leading me because of this voice behind me? Based on who I was created to be and based on how He's invested in my life, how is this helping me step out so I can get moving towards my unique purpose? Unpacking that question with people, honestly, is something I love to do. And I'd love to continue a conversation with you about that. You can scroll down and tap on my email there and send me a little note, or scroll up and shoot me a quick video, and let's have some interchange back and forth. Well, I'll see you next Monday with another conversation about leading ourselves well. And until then, you're always welcome at the coaching table.